In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is the STAR format for responding to behavioural questions at a job interview? Most project management job interviews will include competency or behavioural questions. Questions that are designed to find out not what you know, not even what you would do in a situation, but what you have done. They are designed to test how you would handle actual situations by reference to your real experiences. And the way that you should respond to these questions is with a story that answers their question and shows how you understand the situation and how you respond. But like all stories, there is a temptation to ramble and go on, and therefore not deliver a short, punchy answer from which your interviewer can extract the information they need. And that's why we need a structure to our stories. And the structure that works really well for this kind of behavioural or competency-based question is the STAR format. It has, as you would expect, 4 components. The first component is the situation. You need to start the story by setting the scene. Be clear about the background and the context within which your story takes place, letting the interviewer know where and when it happened. Next is task. What was the challenge that you faced? What were the expectations upon you? What was your goal? And what level of responsibility did you have? And why was this task important in the context that you've set? Third is action. What did you do? And how did you do it? And what tools and techniques did you use to help you? And why did you choose those rather than alternatives? And finally, results. What was the outcome? What did you accomplish? Talk about things like the quality of the results you produced and the benefits and the value to your customer, your client, or your organization. But also own up to the downsides as well. As a result, what did you learn from the experience? These 4 stages will help you to answer tricky, situational questions in a way that ensures that you cover all of the relevant information. When you're using the STAR format, as with your response to any interview questions, be as specific as you can. The details provide the evidence that you really understand what you're talking about. My advice is to cut out information that doesn't really show your strengths, but don't be afraid of negative results at the end. Sometimes that's how we learn. So, if you can show that despite the negative results, your approach was appropriate and that you learned from your experience, that can be a positive story to tell an interviewer. So, how do you prepare for a behavioural interview and set up your story to follow the STAR format? First, review the role you're applying for. Figure out what are the competencies that role needs and therefore anticipate the likely questions that the interviewer is likely to ask you. Second, look for relevant situations from your experience that demonstrate your use of these competencies and answer the questions you expect to get. For each of those, prepare a short description of the situation. What was the context and what's the relevant background? Next, decide which actions and approaches you took best demonstrate the capabilities you want to show. And be honest, don't change elements of your story because if your interviewer uncovers inconsistencies, it will blow any chance you have of securing that job. Nobody will hire someone that they have found being dishonest. Also, be specific. Don't overgeneralize your experience or try to pretend that it applies in contexts where it didn't actually happen. You can use the results part of the STAR format to show how the lessons you have learned might apply in other ways, but don't try to apply one set of experiences to a hypothetical situation where they don't apply. As best you can, choose examples from a number of different projects and experiences. This will demonstrate breadth. And the wider your experience is, and the more evidence they have for that breadth, then the more likely they are to be convinced that you will be able to apply flexibly a range of different experiences to the new experiences that they will offer you. And finally, practice telling your stories in the STAR format. Don't over-practice so it sounds like it's completely rehearsed, but practice applying the STAR format, maybe telling your story to a trusted friend or colleague or family member. STAR stands for situation, task, action and results. It's a format for telling your story to bring out your experience in a project management job interview. And if you've got one coming up, good luck. And if this video has helped you, then please do help the channel by giving it a like. I'll be creating loads more great project management content, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.